Hey everyone, it's Ellen. Welcome to my channel. So today I thought we'd do some negative painting. That's painting around an object. And here we're painting a white angel. So we're going to paint the part around the angel. We'll go back in and add some highlights to the angel. But this is just an exercise in negative painting and something that was Christmas kind of themed. So we're doing an angel with a trumpet here. I teach you how to draw this as well. So don't freak out if you don't know how to draw the angel. I think it's important that you draw your own angel. And it's really simple, you know, swooping lines and things like that. Just really, I go over this step by step, so don't freak out. If you have any questions, please leave in the comment section. I think this is a good thing to try out with, you know, negative painting, and it's on inexpensive paper too, not real expensive paper. Also, check out my Patreon. I have ad-free videos, traceables, exclusive tutorials, and a live stream in the top tier. It's just a place people go and support my channel, which I appreciate so much. So without further ado, let's get painting this sweet little angel. Alright, so I'm going to go over supplies. As you can see, I did a little practice one just to see how this paper would work, and it works great because it's a white paper. I originally was going to do it on a bow hang block, but you see the cream to the white? Not quite the same, and if you want a white angel, she's not going to be white on cream paper. So I'm using the Strathmore. This is 100% cotton, acid-free pad, travel pad. It's like 8 by 10. There's always a link in my description box. I think I got this on Amazon. They're fairly inexpensive. And it's not going to be the same as using Arch, but it's still cotton. And it's a nice bright white, so it works out great. And you just kind of move fast. And you can have some hard edges, but who cares? It's the whole beauty of the look. I'm going to teach you how to draw the little angel. It's pretty simple. And I'll be using my Princeton 12 aqua elite and number 6 long round, 8 long round Velvet Touch series brush for the little details. So really, I'm just going to get to the nitty gritty here of drawing this. I'll just flip this over. It's just the swooping lines and curves. So for her little dress, swooping line, right? And then you have one kind of up here, swoop, and connect them. And just do like a little boom. I wouldn't call it boop, little foot. And then from here, go up a little bit, like an inch. Then you go curve up and down for the wing. But then you want to connect it from here, little bumps like that, right? So around here, I'm going to have her neck. So I'm going to put a little curvature here, connect it. And then we're just going to do oval for the face. And when you get up close to the face, you do like a little triangle nose and little bumps for the lips, like little V kind of thing like that. I wouldn't stick them out, so mine's like minor sticking out, but I'm just showing you exaggeration. And then the hair can just be like curve, curve. It's good. It's really good for you to draw this stuff out. And then for the arm, start from here, swoop out, bring it down, swoop back, and connect those two into our little hand. And then for the horn, just make a line out this way and then kind of make like a triangle. And there you have your angel, and then you can do some like, you can tweak it here. You can just kind of go back in here and tweak it, put a line connecting here if you want, and the wing. And then there's the angel. You can put little, you know, decorations. And that's my angel. But this really is an exercise in negative painting, right? And so we can start off by doing the negative painting or doing the face. I'm going to do the face first. And I mixed up colors that would make the color of the face. You can do whatever color you want. You can keep it gray. You don't even have to make a cream color. So I did a little bit of magenta, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of burnt umber, excuse me. So mine's a little more brown, but you can make it a little pinker if you wanted to. And I'm just going to fill in, I'm going to erase a little face here. The areas that are the face and the feet. And I'm using my 12. Just going to fill in those areas. You can make it even like more brown if you want, more cream, whatever, pink, like I said. Just going to fill in those little areas of the feet, the face. It's so tiny you can barely see it. It's just a hint of color, right? So for around the wing part, now if you're really uncomfortable with painting around the item, then masking fluid helps. I have PBO drawing gum, and you would just mask all around the edge. But this is an exercise in not doing that, right? It's a little difficult. The trick here is to mix up a lot of paint. So I decided the colors I wanted to use was ultramarine blue and Payne's gray. Makes a nice pretty bluish gray color. And here you see I'm mixing up a lot of this color, going back and forth. That's why I have this big brush with the point, by the way, because then you can get into this hard crevices and then you have the big belly to go all the way out. So here we go. We're gonna go for it. And sometimes you just gotta go for it. This paper is not expensive paper and we're playing. So I'm just gonna start to go in here where the wing is. I want a little bit darker now. See? And I'll go follow those little wings that we did, that we painted. And see, that's why I have this big belly. Push all that color out. I'm actually going to have to mix up more. So since I said mix up a lot of paint. And I want a little bit darker, so I can bleed in a darker color, with more paint, less water. And here I'm going around her hair. Yeah, see? Going around this wing. It's gonna you're gonna have to kind of move fast. I know it's difficult, but it's an exercise in doing this. That's why it's good to have a brush with a nice point. Now, don't worry about going around the trumpet. I'm gonna go right over it because I'm gonna use gold paint for the trumpet. So I'm gonna go right over that. I kind of bled into my little hand, but I'll fix that in a second. So you're going to go right around the face. Oop, it wasn't dry. Make sure they're dry. I'm going to go right next to the face, not around the face this time. Make sure they're dry. So I'll just lift this up and I'll paint around it. Not a big deal. See how I don't freak out about it? Don't freak out about it. Just get that color in there. I'll lift it up with my brush in a minute. And you know what? If the head gets smushed up, who cares? It still looks kind of cool. I think everyone gets too uptight about being perfect. I think the imperfect angels are perfect. And there's no such thing as an imperfect angel, right? Now, I've been hesitant about painting angels or things like that, but I think, Lord knows we could use them now. And this world is crazy. So, it's going to paint a little white angel today. Now, I'm going back around. See, I'm going back around and adding, I gotta have a lot of paint. And I want it darker kind of in these crevices so that those wings really in the body really shine. You can really see it. I want it dark up here because I'm gonna put that gold trumpet and it will really show better on a darker tone. Going out here, filling that in. Because the gold shows nicely in the dark colors. There we go, filling this in. And I'm just painting the area around her. It could be a him, angels or guys too. There. And then for out of here, like around the edges, we can soften the edges. Another technique, softening the edges. So we've got this hard edge color going here, blues and grays. Now I'm going to add more water, kind of soften the edges. Adding more water. See, I'm kind of softening the edges a little bit. They will be a little bit hard, but don't worry about it. I'm going to soften even more here. I'm adding more water on my brush. Kind of mushing that. Grab more water. See how I grab the water and kind of wiggling this paint next to the paint we just put down. I can go grab some more paint if I want to, too, also. A little more blue. And you get these funky kind of like cauliflowers, which I don't mind. And I know the paper is buckling. There is a way to fix that when it's done. You can either iron it when it's completely dry with an actual iron. Turn the paper over, put an iron on, not steam setting, just a hot setting, and just go back over it. I put maybe wax paper or something on it, and it will flatten it out. I don't mind that it's curling a little bit. All right. Trying to fix my little edge here. Gonna add some depth over here. Okay, so while that's drying, look at this cauliflower edge happening in here. Putting some color out here. We're gonna take some white gouache. Now, you have to be strategic and careful if you're gonna do some splattering here. I'll fix this a little bit, tweaking it. Tweak, tweak, tweak. Get really dark. Now this technique works great on the arch paper, but like I said, that paper was so cream. I didn't want cream. So I'm going to grab a little bit of gouache. See, I'm going to zoom back out so you can see the gouache. Water it down so I can actually splatter it. I always kind of tap it on another brush. Get kind of close. And do that fun little spreading out kind of thing while it's still wet. If it's dry, it's not going to do it. You're just going to see white spots. So that's how you get that really kind of sweet, like she's floating in the sky with the stars around her. And you can also just tap it in too. Take a little tippy tap. Oop, oop, that's a little big, see? You might want to use a tiny brush, tippy tap. And that's where the number 8 comes in. Tippy tap. Tip, tap, tip, tip, tip. If you want to be more strategic, where your dots go. That's kind of a big dot. It will kind of dry, not so white. And if you want it really white, just put less water and tap it. See? I like the look it makes when it's kind of translucent. It kind of blends into the blue. All right. What happened over here? I don't know. So another thing you can do here, just simple little lines, like I have in this one. Just these simple little lines to give some like depth to her wings and her dress. So it's the same colors we use for the background here. I'm just going to water them down. Tap it on the paper towel if it's too much water. And I'm going to start here, a little line, and just push down these little lines. See that? Very, very light. And up on the wing, just kind of follow the curvature of the wing here and here. And do some little lines kind of like here where there'll be little feathers. And you can get a little bit darker if you want to show it more. See? It's a little dark. That's all I did. I just did a couple little ones here and then a little bit on her sleeve. They're really pale. You'll see it up close, but you don't see it so far away. It's just a nice little touch. Like I said, you can get a little bit darker. Whoops, that's too dark. I lift it up. And her sleeve. Now I'm going to have to wait till most of this dries. Remember I had this little issue over here with her face. I can try and manipulate it if it's still not. Go back in and fix the face. kind of lost her chin. You can just kind of lift the paint a little bit. So I'll try to maneuver the nose. And then there's their mouth. Kind of go in a little more into her neck for her chin, so it doesn't look so strange. Might look a little strange, but that's okay. It's an imperfect angel and I don't mind. There we go. And if I feel like I went in too much, I'll just fix it again. I'll just lift up some of that blue paint. I want to go indentation a little bit so you can see the chin, but not too much. And then I'll fix that. All right, so I'm going to wait till it dries and come back and we'll work on the harp, the trumpet, and then her halo and the hair. Okay, so it's dry. I'll just mix up some burnt umber real quick with the little Payne's gray. You can make whatever color hair you want. Make it blonde, whatever, black. And I'm just going to fill in this little swooping part here and a little down here. Just with I'm using my number 8 brush. Just simple. It doesn't have to be perfect. I noticed that her skin color was really pale compared to the first one I did, but that's all right. She's pale. She hasn't eaten in a long time. And then so gold. I have gold watercolor paint. I don't know where it went. Or you can use them like gold pans. They work either well. Either one works great. Loosen up the gold, just a little bit of water so you can really see it. See, I'm using my gold right here. It's hard to see everything on the camera. Just loosening up mine just a teeny bit. See, it's really thick. And it's just doing like an oval, open oval here. Right there, simple. I made it too wet, so it's bleeding into her hair, but that's okay. We'll fix it. So then the harp. The harp. Oh, I keep saying the harp. it's a trumpet. Go to her mouth. I'm kind of bringing that line down and making that triangle again. If you have to redraw it, draw it. I'm just painting it. It's pretty simple, like a line connecting, and then you just kind of do like a triangle on the end. I'm making this gold paint fairly thick so you can really see it, a little thick, almost like gouache. And then just kind of make it a little bit thick and then go in a little thin. Boom. So it's like a really long, skinny triangle. Think of it in that kind of shape. Take the gold for details here on her little gown, little line there. Put little dots, just simple little details. I got gold paint on my shirt just now. You see, I'm a complete mess. No lie, guys. Look, gold paint on me. I leaned on my paper towel that had gold paint on it and it went everywhere. So I'm going to go back into her little face. I'm going to mix up some more color. Let's see. You guys can't see me mixing color. I'm trying to mix a color so it looks more like something. Here's that burnt umber. There's the pink. There's the yellow. There's the pink. Burnt umber. Let's get some skin color in here. She was looking pretty pale. A little too much, so I'll water it down. There. Then you can actually see her face. It's almost like a blush. A little too wet. So I'm just filling this in again with color, and then I'll fix the hair and the feet, well, the foot. But see how simple this was? If you want to go back into her little folds in her clothes, you can get a little deeper color now that it's dry. Get another. Take the number 8, add a little bit more of this bluish gray. Go back over just the smaller passes on top of the longer ones. Same thing back here. So you're giving the wings a little depth than the first one I did. Just changing it up a little bit. Always try to do different things. Just going back in and adding that deeper blue. And like I said, you can just do these little swoops. Swoop, swoop for feathers. Because they're kind of wings, like. Swoop, swoop. Little lines. And then down here. Just to give it the dress a little more dimension. And I'll go back in with the hair. And I'll add a deeper value of the brown. Lift up some of this gold that got mushed in there. Tweak it. Now I'm going to have to wait till my face dries, but I want to show you just to do a simple eye. See, I'm going to go back in and add some deeper brown. The hair is swooping. Kind of cute. Alright, I'll let it dry and come back. So now details of the face. Let me zoom in so you can see. Zoom, zoom, zoom. So just make like a light, slight pinky blush color. Very minimal. I'll make like a little round cheek. See, it's very light, minimal. Just a slight darker value than her face. Going back in and fixing that pink. There you go. And then for the eye, I'm just going to take on the tip of my little brush a little of that Payne's gray. And just make a little upside down. So there you go. Little eye. You can put eyelashes on there if you want. Really kind of simple. Just a sweet little eye. So you can see my face is imperfect. It's not supposed to be. And the hair isn't either. That's the beauty of watercolor. Even though you say, oh, you see you're going to go in and you're going to fix it and you're going to be all like, don't. Which is really cool. I just realized the gold was in their hair, but we could put little gold touches. I'm just doing that now. Thick gold kind of highlighting her hair. That's really kind of pretty, don't you think? So that's what I decided to do just now. Isn't that sweet? I think it's kind of pretty. Adding the gold highlights to her hair. Swooping. Extra special. So there you go. There's a little angel. Isn't she cute? Now you can go back in with the white gouache once it's dried. Kind of splatter if you want to add little snowflakes or stars. But really just a simple sweet angel. You know. Practicing a negative painting. This is the negative painting. You're painting around the white, right? So that comes out. You're not painting the white part. You're painting everything around it. I will tweak little things like fixing the paint around her hand so it shows better. You do that after you fill the major color in. If you're using a smaller brush like this to fill all this color in, it's not going to happen. It's going to take you forever, and that other paint's going to dry. You're going to have, lines. You're really going to have to use a bigger brush. And like you see me doing here, you just take the small brush afterwards and kind of tweak it with color. I'm going back in here with the smaller brush and tweaking, cleaning up the edges if I want them cleaned up. If they're too goofy, you can just go and clean it up with the smaller brush, which I'm doing right now, to get it, more formed, better looking. But I think she's really sweet and a little different from my first one. My first one has a longer nose. I think she's sweeter because I like the gold in her hair. And that's that. So I hope you guys enjoyed this negative painting / angel tutorial. Different ways to play it. You can do a white dove. I was going to do a white dove originally, and then I'm like, I'm going to do an angel today. I think somebody needs an angel in their life, and I feel like her wing needs to come in a little more. See, like I said, you can tweak it. You can go back in with your brush and kind of tweak the edge, see? Oh yeah, I tweaked it. And then you blend. So all those techniques about blending all come into play here. Just by adding a little water and blending that. Yeah, I feel like an angel. Maybe somebody named my subscribers needs to have an angel today. Let them know that everything's going to be okay. Everything is going to be okay. Today may not be a good day, but tomorrow will be another day. So if you're having a hard time, I hope you have a good time painting an angel, and just remember that there's always somebody there looking out for you. All right, guys, have a great day, and thank you for stopping by. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. If you haven't hit the bell notification button, please do so, and take care, and I'll speak to you soon.